Welcome everyone who's tuning in today.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit
Yeah.
about stuff
and things.
and
stuff.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expectation stuff. It's going to be a good day.
For those of you who don't know, I'm Mike,
I'm Kyle.
and we go to church here lots, help lots out, run youth group.
I'm usually upstairs running the switcher while people are speaking and stuff, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a chill environment. It's a good
Yeah.
church. Yeah.
So we're gonna do a podcast today for you.
Yeah.
For those who don't know,
we're going to try anyways.
we're gonna try.
See how it
what happens.
goes.
Why are we doing a podcast, Kyle?
You know, kind of to facilitate an environment, not necessarily completely outside of the church, but outside of the church, so, people who aren't normally in church or from different walks of life, I don't know, can sit and enjoy a podcast about a wide range of things.
Bunch of banter with a little
Yes.
bit of what we know, what we've learned in 25 young years.
Yeah, 27 for me. I'm a little bit older.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, as Kyle said already, we're going to talk about some expectations today.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about expectations? Well, I figured it was going to be a good start setting expectations for what you can expect of the podcast.
Ooh. Yes, I'm going to get a little bit heated.
Yeah.
We have some stories to tell. And some of them, they affect me a little bit more than others, if I'm being completely honest. It's story time. That's what we're going to call it. Story time?
We're going to say story time?
We're going to say story
We're
time.
going to say story time. All right.
Story time.
Well, since you want to talk about story time, start with story time.
Okay. So to start things off here, I already pre-warned my dad. If you don't know who my dad is, his name is Jeff Thiessen.
Kind of the pastor at the church.
Kind of the pastor. He's kind of an important guy. The title I have here is the Phantom PlayStation. Okay.
It's got to be good.
It is going to be good. I think it was about probably 2004. We were living in Winnipeg. And my dad promised my brother and I for Christmas of 2004. That's an important date, so remember it. We were going to get a PlayStation 2 for Christmas. So what did Tyler's my little brother, what did we expect to open up on December 25th of 2004? You guessed it, it's a PlayStation 2. So, super excitingly get up from bed, ripping open the presents. What's missing? PlayStation 2. Okay. Year was 2005.
Wait. How did that make you feel?
Oh, man, I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I was extremely disappointed. So in 2004, I would have been in grade 4.
Okay.
I can't really...
Well, I mean, understandably so, right?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
in
I
grade
get it.
4. My brother was in grade 2, and we're pumped because we're getting this PlayStation 2. We haven't had any consoles up to this point. Just played N64 with our buddies and Xbox, the original Xbox with our buddies. And then my dad says, yeah, hey boys, we're getting a PlayStation 2 for Christmas. Didn't get it. Disappointed. 2005, 2006, same promises. Boys, we're getting a PlayStation 2 for Christmas. You know when we got that PlayStation 2?
Oh, when, Kyle?
2008.
That's 4 years later.
That's 4 years later. We waited 4 years. Every year we got a little less excited because we're like, well, Dad said we were going to get it last year and the year before and the year before. What are the chances we're going to open it up this year? I mean, the chances were pretty good because in 2008, we opened up a PlayStation 2 with NHL 2007 in it.
Oof.
So we were pretty pumped.
That makes me feel a little old.
Yeah, right. I know, right?
I'm only 25. It makes me feel old.
I know. Oh, my goodness. But devastated. As a grade 4, I don't know how old I would have been in grade 4, 10,
10?
11,
Grade 4?
maybe 9. I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It should be around 10.
Something like that.
Something like that. I think it should be 10.
Yeah, I was a devastated kid. So was my brother.
Yeah.
My brother more so than me.
Yep.
But we got it. And when we got it, We didn't feel anything we felt the last 3 years of not getting the PlayStation. All of that was gone. We were pretty pumped. We got a PlayStation 2.
The real question is, did you survive 4 years without a PlayStation?
I would say survive. Yes, we didn't thrive.
Right.
So thanks, Dad, for eventually coming through with the PlayStation.
There you go.
How about that pellet gun, though?
Still waiting on it. There you
Never
go.
got that one.
Well, I mean, I got a little. Since we're doing story time, I got a little story as well.
Perfect.
It's actually really recent.
Oh,
believe it or not.
recent.
Yeah.
Okay, recent's
yeah,
good.
Yeah. For those who didn't watch last Sunday, watch like the first 5 minutes of it. You get to see me stumble through a great introduction.
Oh, it's
it was
fantastic.
beautiful. See, I'd prepared all week for this intro. You know, I got the message, hey, do you want to do intro on Sunday? I was like, yeah, I
dude.
want to.
Pumped.
Yeah. First day back in service since COVID hit, you know, everybody's excited to be back. I was excited to be back. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So I had it all planned out, and they wanted me to speak a little bit about giving and what it means and why it's important.
Oh, for sure.
So I had it all planned out, and I was like, yeah, I got this. It's good. Day comes, I'm not nervous.
Wow.
Like last time I was on stage, before that, I was nervous. This time, I was nervous. I was busy with a whole bunch of other things, but I expected. I was like, oh, this is easy. I nailed this.
Yeah, come prepared.
Yeah, I got prepared. I wasn't nervous. I got this. Well, I got out. Like, time was up. Got up on stage. Light hit my face. Gone. Everything I had prepared for the last 4 days, gone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that personal expectation was high. So now I get to stumble through 3 minutes of, hey, we're back, and I listened to it afterwards, and I have one word to say: Justin Trudeau. Too many M's.
I didn't want to say anything, but that's what popped into my head as
Yeah.
we're talking about it right now. Is our good old PM.
Good old PM.
And you even came up to me afterwards because I was switching upstairs. In case anybody forgot, that's what I do on any given Sunday. I'm upstairs. And the thing you said to me was, man, I botched that.
Yeah, I knew I botched it right from the get-go.
See, and I think I was a nice friend, and I was like, no, man, you did great.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's-
no, but I could tell you're totally just feeding me whatever I want to hear in that moment to make me feel better.
Yeah, but that's
It's
because
okay.
you're
It's
my
okay.
bro. It's all good.
Everybody's got to feel better sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
You know,
especially after something like that.
exactly. You gotta be an encouragement, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go up there next time and be like, oh man,
Last time I bombed.
nobody liked me last time. I'm just gonna do the message from the back.
Well, you know what the good thing is, right?
Yeah.
I can only go up from there.
Oh, exactly right.
Right? I can only improve.
Yeah. If you hit low, you can only go up. That's perfect.
That's not the message, though.
No, it's not the
No,
message.
okay.
No, not sidetrack here.
You got another quick one for us.
I sure do.
Oh, okay.
I call this one home teams only. Dating back to 2011. Jenna, you know. It was the Stanley Cup final. It was Vancouver Canucks versus the Boston Bruins, and I
So wait. Let me clarify.
Okay.
You're a Canucks fan?
am a Canucks fan. I have been ever since moving to BC, which was I don't know, 1999 or something
Well,
like that.
since you started talking that, 3 people stopped watching now. Yeah.
I know, exactly. It's okay. They'll come back. But in that series, as it was tied 3-3 going to Game 7, only the home teams had won games. So me being the adamant Canucks fan, and we'll say analytics fan, the final was in Vancouver, so I expected, keyword there is expected, Vancouver to win. And I would be staying up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Because why not? What
Yeah.
grade were you in then?
What's that?
What grade were you in?
Grade 12.
Oh, so you were able to. Okay.
Yes.
You didn't have to sneak out.
No, I didn't have to sneak out. Actually, fun fact though, I worked at McDonald's on 51st Street in
Ooh.
Saskatoon.
Okay.
I missed most of the first period. We watched it at our youth group in church, and I kid you not, if there are any cops watching, this was many years ago, I don't think you can hold it against me now. I drove home on Warman Road doing 120 kilometers an hour so I wouldn't miss most of the game.
Well, I mean, you're right, safe and sound. So
I did.
But don't go 120 on Warman Road.
No, please don't do that. But the fact of the matter is, only the home teams have been winning the games. We were in Vancouver, Stanley Cup Final, Game 7. Somebody was raising the cup, and Vancouver lost. And I was bummed.
Yeah. I still get to hear about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you're oh, my goodness. Fun fact, his fiance, Jenna, Jenna, I'm talking to you now,
Yeah.
Boston Bruins fan. Unfortunate. I'm glad, okay, no,
Just got to shake our heads. To
I know,
that.
I just got to shake my head. Face palm.
Anyway.
But I was devastated. As an adamant sports fan as I am, I treat it often like, I don't know, I hold sports very high in my world, and to have Vancouver completely botch the final, I was devastated. My expectations were
Hi.
we're raising the cup.
Yep.
I was not expecting,
Losing.
losing
Yeah.
and a mass riot afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of wanted to be a part of those riots, though, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah. So, Kyle, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
What do you do for work?
I am a machinist.
And how did you get there? Did you grow up wanting to be a machinist?
No, actually, I
No,
didn't. No,
you don't say.
No, I actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me ask you.
Yes,
What did you want to be when you were 7?
a Ninja Turtle.
That's a good answer. Good
Or
answer.
I actually, I did an assignment in school when I was thinking grade 11. We had to interview either our mom or our dad. Obviously, I interviewed my mom. No offense, Dad. She just remembers more details, I guess. I'm very forgetful too, so that's okay. But I asked my mom, what did I want to be when I grew up? And we watched a lot of Ninja Turtles and hockey. She said, you wanted to be whatever you watched on TV. So Ninja Turtles and an NHL player.
So, needless to say, you didn't watch Machinists all day on TV?
No, I didn't. No, not at all.
It'd be a little too boring, hey?
Just a little
bit.
Yes.
Why do you think I'm bringing this up?
I'm thinking it has to do with, expectations growing up. Oh, look at that. He talked so quietly right over top. It's perfect.
Anyways. No, the reason why I'm bringing it up is there's something that everybody wanted to be when they were 7.
Oh, for sure.
And I want to say about 9 times out of 10, you're probably not that, what you want to be at 7.
No, yeah, probably not.
There's small amount of people that are like, oh, I'm going to be an astronaut, and guess what? They go up to the space station and, hey, I'm an astronaut.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's cool. Good for them.
Yeah, the 0.1% of the population that actually follows through on their 7-year-old promise.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I work construction now. I never thought I'd be there. But I'm enjoying it. It's nice.
I never thought
I
you worked
like
construction either.
building things with my hands that
That's
people can
good.
enjoy.
And you're good at it.
Well, apparently.
Yeah.
I still have a job.
I know you. Yeah. Okay. Woohoo.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it can only get better again.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Right.
Improvement. That's maybe a podcast for another time. Improvement.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
We'll see.
For sure.
So did we get to where we are today by design? In your wildest dreams, when you were 7 years old, work-wise, did you ever imagine yourself being where you are right now?
No.
And
No.
no. So the reason again is what are realistic and unrealistic expectations?
That's a good question.
You know?
That kind of leads in a little bit to what I have pointed down here, a little literally, unrealistic and unrealistic.
It's almost like we planned this.
I know. Oh, almost, eh? It's kind of organic, a little bit.
Anyways.
But as a parent, I have 2 kids. They're 4 and 2.5, I believe. My wife will correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, dear. The expectations I have for my kids now, are they realistic or unrealistic? I don't know yet. I don't really... I'm not the parent who's like, you're going to be this when you grow up. I'm just like, man, be whatever you want to be.
Figure it out.
Yeah. So right now, both of my kids want to be superheroes. Ooh. And as you are Uncle Mike.
So we'll put that at a realistic expectation. Right?
Yeah, realistic.
Yes.
Yeah, they want to be Superman. They're gonna fly and save people's lives, which they could, but not as a superhero per se. Not.
Yeah, yeah. Future has many things in store, I'm sure.
Yes, but I expect of my kids, because I like to think myself a gentleman.
Right.
The only award I ever won in school was a citizenship award, because I opened doors and pulled chairs and whatever else. Not
You
just
were Mr. Nice Guy at
I
school?
was Mr. Nice Guy in
Ooh,
school,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. Toot toot.
Two.
But I expect my kids to do the same. I expect them to be polite when they're talking to people. Like how I was. I hope that they see how I treat Paige and how I treat other people, and in a gentlemanly way.
Right.
I hope and I expect for that to rub off.
Yeah.
So my boys will do the same when they're older. Whether or not that's going to happen, I mean, they're 4 and 2.5, so I have no freaking clue.
Right. So other than, realistic, unrealistic expectations in a matter of is it possible, I kind of want to point out too that through our relationships we have expectations that we project, and we have expectations that we communicate.
I agree.
For example, when you're when we're planning on getting together,
Yes.
hanging out, doing whatever, we make a plan, we communicate that plan, we communicate expectations for
And we talk to
time,
both of the
place.
wives, too. Just to clarify, the wives are usually
Usually.
involved.
But in the event that it's unusual, then we just project our expectations, would you
Yes,
say?
exactly.
Because we project our expectations for a wife to just know that we're going.
Yeah,
Or just,
exactly.
magically.
I shouldn't have to say I'm gonna go do this.
I have it planned, why don't you know?
I'm telling you right now with my mind.
Well, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's it can get, and that's when some of the struggles come in, right? When we
for
project
sure.
expectations, and then we get frustrated. We're like, well, what do you mean you didn't know? And then,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Jenna goes, well, you never told me. Like, what do you want from me?
And you're like, but I did.
Yeah. And then,
Think you did.
and then at the end of it, I go, no, I didn't.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah, exactly.
my expectations were communicated, but they weren't.
I'm pretty sure I talked to my wife.
You're pretty sure. Oh, maybe. All right. What? So we're talking about expectations in relationships. We're talking about expectations outside of relationships, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, we're in a church. We might as well, check
Yeah.
what God has to say about
Yeah.
expectations. What do you
Yeah,
think?
there's a cross right there. In case we forget where we are. I know
Yeah.
we attend every Sunday, but off chance something happens that we forget. There's a cross right there.
Just-
It's actually,
just a reminder.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
just
lit
a
up right
reminder.
there. You can just
Yeah.
look right
Yeah.
there. Oh yeah, I'm in a church.
So I did some searching for scripture verses that address expectations. There's a few out there.
Okay.
There's you and I we found two
We did.
really good passages that communicate expectations.
Yes.
One positive,
And-
one negative, or
Yeah, like
one
realistic and unrealistic.
that
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
that fulfilled what we expected, and one that
was completely
Off left
the
center.
opposite of what everybody in that time expected.
so expectations that met our
Okay.
expectations.
I believe you have a verse
Where
for that.
God met our expectations. I want to talk about 1 Kings 18, verse 43 and 44.
Okay.
For those of you want to look it up, go right ahead. Read before, read after. Make sure, keep me accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to keep him in line.
So we are dealing with Old Testament,
Yes.
okay? In a time where God's people delivered, people were delivered into the Promised Land
Yeah.
from Moses' times and so on, and then people started forgetting the relationship with God, and they started worshiping other gods,
Yeah.
like Baal, for example, right?
Yeah.
So God wasn't too happy about it. And Elijah at the time was walking the earth, and he prophesied through Elijah there would be a drought. So Elijah goes, there's going to be a drought. And people are like, Yeah, okay. Sure.
Sure.
Whatever.
Whatever you
So then all of a
say.
sudden drought came. And it didn't rain. And I mean, it did not rain.
Yeah.
Not a drop. So people were questioning, hey, like what's going on? And God's leading Elijah through the land, and he comes across people who are complaining about it, and he says, well, you're not in line with with the relationship that you should be. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? It's like, well, let's put it to test. Let's get your priests that are worshiping Baal to make it rain, and I will do the same after, and we'll see who makes it rain.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. So the priests from Baal, they go on, they pray and they pray and they pray. Nothing happens. Absolutely nothing. So Elijah comes, does and prays with God, has a relationship with God. And then verse 43. Let's start verse 42, just to give one. Okay.
Yeah.
So 42, he says. So it says, so Ahab went off to eat and drink, but Elijah climbed to the top of Carmel, bent down to the ground, and put his face between his knees. Go look towards the sea, he told his servant, and he went up and looked. There's nothing there, he said. 7 times Elijah said, go back. The 7th time, the servant reported, a cloud as small as a man's hand is rising from the sea. So Elijah said, go and tell Ahab, hitch up your chariot and go down before the rain stops you. Elijah expected God to show up.
Yeah.
Elijah expected God to communicate through him and demonstrate through Elijah's walk with God his glory, who God is.
Yeah.
Just because there's some people that went astray.
Yeah.
And didn't believe what Elijah had to say.
No, and he was right though.
And he was right. And guess what? It rained.
It rained a lot.
It rained a lot.
Yes.
So God met Elijah's expectations of,
Yes.
I'm going to, mind you, Elijah's very in a big relationship with God at this point.
Yeah.
Right? So he's walking faithfully with God. He has a relationship with him. That's why he's able to do that. Pretty straightforward,
Yeah,
right?
it is straightforward.
So expectations were met.
They were.
Yeah, in a pretty grand way, I'd say.
Oh, 100% they were.
Okay, you got the
I
second
do.
one, I think.
Okay, so I'm going to read this first and then kind of give a context.
Yeah.
So I'm reading from 2 Samuel 7, verses 12 to 14. When your days are over and you rest with your ancestors, I will raise up your offspring to succeed you, your flesh and blood, and I will establish his kingdom. He is the one who will build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I will be his father, and he will be my son. When he does wrong, I will punish him with a rod wielded by men, with floggings inflicted by human hands. Okay.
Okay, give.
So, I mean, that might not make a whole lot of sense right now.
No, you don't say.
No, I don't say.
It's a little out of context. Who is he talking about? Who is he?
Jesus is talking to David, right?
God is talking to
Yes.
David, yes.
He's talking to David,
Yes.
saying, hey, David,
Wait. Who's David?
King David.
King David.
From the Bible. You know David and Goliath, the guy who throws a stone at Goliath and chops his head off and rallies the troops.
That guy.
That guy. He's a pretty awesome dude.
Pretty sweet guy.
So God is telling David that David is going to have somebody in his own blood, his family
His
line,
bloodline, yeah.
is going to build or raise up his kingdom.
God's kingdom.
God's kingdom. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, being told this, and everybody in the kingdom knows David's
I
this.
heard about it, yeah.
Yeah. They know David's this great warrior. So,
Well, he's a great king. He walks in. He has God's
Yep.
favor.
He does.
Walks with God. He
Yep.
was an example for so many years after.
so what did people?
Everybody stand.
Yeah, exactly. So what did the children of Israel, or let's just say, the followers of Jesus, expect for their king? A son of David, right?
The son of David. Wait, so who's the son? Who is the immediate son of David?
Jesus.
No. Immediate
Oh, yeah,
son,
sorry.
Solomon.
Solomon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Solomon. So
Yeah.
why are we bringing up Solomon? Well, see, Solomon was David's son.
Yes.
And David had promised God to build him a temple
Yep.
for his final rest, like for God's place on
Yep.
earth where they could worship him and raise him up. Solomon's the guy that built the temple.
He did.
And he built that temple majestically.
Ooh, yeah, it was a nice temple.
Gold, pearls, decked out to the nines. So Solomon comes in, is fulfilling prophecy
Yep.
or promises made.
Yep.
He is very wealthy, comes from a rich obviously a rich family.
Yep.
Is well off, and this is a look,
That's got to be our guy, right?
right?
That's got to be the one.
Right? Well, no, not quite.
No, it wasn't.
No,
Not at
not
all.
quite. So Solomon wasn't it.
No, it wasn't it at all.
And the guy after him wasn't it, and so on and so forth. But they were always following the royal bloodline down the
Yep.
road. So what happens when Jesus shows up? Jesus gets born. Where does Jesus get born?
Oh, I can't remember right now, guy.
No.
Nope.
Where does Jesus get born? In a crib, in a shed.
Yes.
Does that sound like royalty to you?
No.
No.
It doesn't at all.
No.
Was
Not
he?
even close.
Was he the guy?
Nobody even heard about the guy when he was born. Like, I bet you there's a lot of people that expect to hear if the Son of God that would
Hey.
establish God's kingdom on earth was born. Everybody should know about it.
Hey, Mike, there's a baby that was born in some no-name place in a manger surrounded by animals and poop. That's the guy.
That's the guy.
Doesn't sound like the guy.
No, it doesn't sound like. And like you have kings that are walking the desert to meet this guy. What do you think those kings were after? Do you really think those kings were thinking, hey, we're going to walk the desert all this time just to visit some baby in a little shed?
Yeah, and they walked like what? 2 years?
Something like that.
Roughly
I'm
like
not
that.
quite-
I don't
I'm
know
not
the
quite
exact
sure, but
timeline.
yeah, it was a long
But he
time
wasn't a
anyways.
baby anymore, anyways. But they're probably like, hey, we're going to go see this awesome dude. He's going to, rescue our people. I don't know. He's probably got money.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, bring him all these expensive gifts.
Yeah.
So why are we bringing this up?
Well, because
Expectations were broken.
they were, because people expected this big, extravagant. Like, see, when I think, like, just Samson, for instance, like in the Bible, he was like killing all these people and like lifting city bridges, like, or city gates. Like, he's probably this twig of a guy. Like, I don't picture muscle.
No.
Like, 'cause how would that make sense? Like, here, God's on this guy.
Yeah.
He's this little toothpick of a man.
Yeah.
Tossing city gates on his back. Like, what? Like, no, I don't think anybody expected Jesus to be who he was.
No, not even close.
No.
Not even close. I think he definitely broke many expectations.
Oh, probably.
Almost all expectations, and he continued that all his life.
Yeah, his whole life everyone's like, no,
You
he
know,
can't be the guy because he was supposed to be
Praying
this
for
great
people
warrior.
on the Sabbath.
Yeah, whoa,
Watch out.
hold up. Don't put him in the water yet because the angels haven't
Stirred it up yet,
Yeah, exactly.
but he didn't care.
It's pretty cool, dude, though. I mean, it panned out for everybody in the end.
But that's the reason why like almost none of the priests who follow Jesus. I don't think any priests follow Jesus because none of the
No.
priests were like, well, we never even heard of you.
Exactly.
We don't know who you are.
And he
what
broke-
makes you think you are a son of God?
Yeah, he broke all the rules.
Yeah.
Can't have a rule breaker.
So there's a reason why we bring this up, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we're kind of working through this thing step by step. But-
Yeah, 100%.
So Jesus broke all sorts of expectations. Does that mean the expectation that was the promise that God gave to Dave, that expectation was broken?
No, I was met 100%.
100%.
100% fully fulfilled.
Isn't that interesting?
It is very interesting.
You know what I kind of find weird sometimes?
What's that?
You can pray for hours about something. You can pray for hours like, God, please, can I have this? Or God, please help me with that.
Right?
And you feel like no prayer gets answered. Zero. God's silent.
So we think.
So we think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, God's just proven he answers prayers. He answers
Yep.
his promises.
I think I did not a timeline analysis, but I sat down with my dad a long time ago, and we talked about this. And we figured, like just by, looking it up on Google or whatever, checking some sources, not saying they're accurate already, or anything, sorry. But some people figure that from the time that was prophesied to the time that Jesus was born was like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh, it makes
This
sense.
thing is promised. And then, like, let's just say 500 years later, that's the promise?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Everybody's already dead. Like, I mean, they lived long lives back then, but I mean,
Right. But the point still gets the same.
yeah.
I think God answers our prayers. God
Yep.
God promised that we do greater things in Jesus yet.
Yep.
But we're not expecting it.
No.
It's interesting.
It is interesting
Yeah.
how we can be told this one thing and we'll hold on to it for a long period of time. Like a week or 2 weeks.
Or whatever, even if it's years.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what I mean? We're like, okay, it's going to happen right away. And then 500 years later it happens. It's like, I kind of feel gypped.
Well, I mean, I truly believe God's timing is perfect.
I
There's a
agree.
reason for it.
Yep, I agree.
So even if he's not communicating with you right this second,
yeah,
there's probably a reason for it.
yep, I agree.
Either that, or maybe he's answering your prayers in ways that you don't expect.
Yes. Whoa.
Here could come again with the expectations.
Maybe, hey?
Oh, I did answer that, but I did it this way, not that way.
Yeah.
See, I did answer your prayer.
Right.
Right?
So does that mean we just need to lower our limits when we pray?
No.
We don't say.
I don't think so. I don't
No?
think we have to lower nothing.
No.
No.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, I think we raise them up a little bit more.
I like it. I like
let's
where this is
shoot for
going.
the stars.
Yeah. Shooting for the stars.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by that?
Think bigger.
Think bigger.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the theory that, or what we've talked about expectations,
Yeah.
more or less is expect more
Yep.
so we can exceed our current expectations.
Yes.
You know,
I would agree with that.
I got a real extreme example,
Okay.
and I got one that's like a life example, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
So the thing that I really wanted to compare it to in the first place was gym mentality. So I pick up a glass off the table.
Yeah.
You know, I pick up the glass, we're talking. I, for whatever reason, let it go. Slips my mind.
Yeah.
I expect it to hit the ground.
Yeah, because it's going to.
Yeah, it's going to shatter. Glass is going to be everywhere. Water's going to be everywhere. And guess who has to clean it up?
Joey.
Here we go. For those who don't know who Joey is, Joey's my little puppy dog.
Yeah. She's pretty great.
Yeah.
As far as dogs go, anyways.
So I want to challenge that. I want to challenge that thinking. We're saying think big.
Yeah.
Think big. This is a metaphor. Don't take a glass off your table full of water, drop it,
And drop be like,
expect
it's
it,
not going to hit the it hit the floor. I didn't expect high enough.
No, but metaphorically speaking, if we expect one thing to happen, expect the opposite thing to happen.
Yeah.
Expect greater things to happen. Expect Jesus to be able to catch you
I
like
agree.
the glass.
I have written, I think you have written down, we talked about it anyways, but like, don't pray for people as if they're already dead.
That was my life example.
It was? No!
No, real life example.
And I stole it.
There's quite few often that I heard people like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna pray for you, that you got peace and this and that. I get it. You know, a person is potentially laying on their deathbed, but why not pray with the expectation of life?
Well, exactly.
Expect life.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus
I
is
agree.
life.
He is.
So therefore we can expect life.
Yeah. I'm so sorry I stole that from you. It was not my intention at all. I looked at your paper and I was like,
Oh, there it is.
obviously I didn't. I should be wearing my glasses. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to slip this in there. Oops.
So, the point, why we're here today, why we wanted to bring this up, I think it's really important for us to expect more than our current limitations.
Yes, I
Like,
agree.
In a gym, when you go to the gym, okay, you go and, for example, you go bench press,
Yeah.
okay, and you go, I'm just gonna lift this bar for now, no weights on it, and I'm gonna do it 10 times. 10 times. And you do it 10 times,
Yep.
you put the bar back down, you feel good. You're like, okay, I did it 10 times. Well, what if you go, I think I can maybe do 10, but I'm going to go for 20.
Yep.
What's more likely to happen? Stopping at 10 or stopping at 20? Or 15 or 12 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You're exceeding your own expectations if
Yep.
you expect more. You can expect more
Yep. I agree.
with the expectation of failing at the same time.
Yeah, see, and
Just because you fail a higher goal doesn't mean you failed.
No, not at all. I have written down here you need to fail.
Usually, with failure comes growth.
Exactly. Exactly, right? I mean, no pain, no gain, right, Tyler?
There you go.
You gym rat, I love you.
You set your own ceiling,
Yes.
so set your ceiling higher.
Yes.
God promised us that we will, Jesus' words, where you will do greater things yet,
Yep.
greater things than him.
Yep.
So let's expect greater things.
Let's expect greater things. Just as if you and I, like, 'cause when we first met, I wasn't a huge soccer buff. Okay? Every other sport, yes. Maybe not golf. But I wasn't a huge soccer buff. So when we first met, I had to learn the rules, how the game works, like everything, right? Because it's different than hockey, it's different than football. You can't compare soccer to those sports because the strategy involved from football to hockey to soccer is all different. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, you want to win,
Yeah.
but I didn't understand the game.
No.
And I had to learn.
Yeah.
I had to learn the game and how the players approach it. You know what I mean? I could have been like, man, I love all the sports. I should know soccer too. I didn't know nothing about soccer.
Yeah. And that goes for anything really. If we walk with God, we can expect more with our relationships.
Yes.
With the things we do, our goals that we accomplish.
Yes.
Right? If we expect to communicate better,
Yep.
no matter what it is, if it's at work, if it's at home with your family, if it's with your friends. If you expect to communicate better, you're more likely to better communicate,
I agree.
right? So, again, just to kind of wrap this whole thing up, the reason why we were talking about expectations is because we wanted to set expectations for this podcast, this platform that we're trying to hopefully build. I mean,
Hopefully, yeah.
with you guys. We can't do it by
Yeah,
ourselves.
no, I know. Well, technically we can, but if nobody's watching it.
That's not going to turn out well.
No, it's not.
No.
So this is very new to the both of us. Like,
So we're going to expect to grow a lot. I mean, I
Yes.
do at least.
oh, for sure. That's what you want, right?
So you can expect to get podcasts to get better every time we post.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly.
The other thing I want to bring up is if you guys have any feedback for us, I guess.
Yeah, feedback would be nice
Yeah.
because, like I said, it's our first go at a podcast.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
If you guys want to give us feedback on topics that you want us to discuss, if it's what we talk about or how we communicate, great.
Yep.
Whether you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, wherever we're posting this,
Wherever it's going.
you can either private message or you can just comment on it. And that being said, if you did like what you heard today, like and share it. I know it's always been said. Like every podcast, hey, like and share my channel.
And subscribe.
Yeah. No, but if what you guys find is valuable that we have to
Yes,
say,
exactly.
if it applies to other people, show them.
Yep.
Or
And
send
it's-
it to them.
It's going to be a wide range of things.
Yeah. Maybe we'll
Like-
have some people on.
Yeah, we'll have. We want to have guests on. Like we're gonna talk sports. We're gonna talk real life stuff. We're gonna talk in the Bible and about church and just about like everything, everyday life,
life.
work.
'Cause life gets tough sometimes.
Yeah, it does. It sure does.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to vent every once in a while. Not that this was venting. This was fun.
This was good.
Yeah, this was enjoyable. I expected this to go worse than it did.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, morning, whenever.
And
We'll see you around.